Now, those details are embarrassing to Hillary Clinton and the Clinton campaign, but FBI Director James Comey also going on to say that no reasonable prosecutor would bring charges, in his view, based on the set of evidence that the FBI has reviewed over the past couple of months here. Now, this all enters the political realm, of course, going into an election season, Melissa, and one of the things that I think you're going to see people focusing on who are critics of Hillary Clinton is her sentence that she said as recently as this weekend. She said, "I never received nor sent any material that was marked classified." So one of the questions here will be FBI Director Comey saying that some of these indeed were marked classified. So what did Hillary Clinton say that turned out to be true and not true about this is, I think, where this conversation is going next, Melissa.
All right, Eamon, thank you. For more on the story, let's bring in former Assistant FBI Director Chris Swecker and Eurasia Group President Ian Bremmer. They both join us live on the phone. Gentlemen, thanks a lot for joining us. Chris, I'm going to start it off with you. How unusual is it for the Director of the FBI to go as far as to say, as any reasonable prosecutor would not bring charges, and at this point, what would the odds be that the DOJ then actually acts?
Highly, highly unusual. I've been involved as the head of the criminal division of the FBI in investigations of congressmen, senators, public officials of every description. First of all, I cannot ever remember an FBI director or any FBI official coming out and talking about a referral and the substance of a recommendation. So that in itself is highly, highly unusual. And then it's hard to reconcile with some previous cases. He seemed to be spelling out the elements of violations of the Classified Information Statute 793F. So words like extreme carelessness, should have known, and that sort of thing. I really felt like he was building up to a statement that he was going to recommend prosecution. But at this point, I'm not sure that there even should have been a recommendation based on how close the call was.
But in your view, there should have been a recommendation based on classified information that was sent within those emails.
Well, he seemed to be building a case for that, and he laid out what I thought were the elements of the statute under the gross negligence aspect of it. So I was very surprised at the end when he said that there was a recommendation of no prosecution. And also, given the fact-based nature of this, and the statement that no reasonable prosecutor would prosecute this case or entertain prosecution, I don't think that's the standard.
Okay.
I mean, the facts are the facts, and in this case, I think there's just a lot of things that are very unusual about this, and I think it might have been better just to refer it and let them make the decision because it's such a close call.
Ian, I want to go to you now. Does this go away for Hillary Clinton, or as Eamon had mentioned, the fact that she just recently said that no classified information was actually sent, and Director Comey actually said today that 110 emails contain classified information, is that in and of itself a problem?
It's not going to go away because we're in an election season, and I do agree that there are lots of challenges here that on their face probably shouldn't go away. I mean, what's very clear is that Hillary Clinton, in trying to make it go away, actually lied repeatedly about whether or not these materials were classified at the time, and it's a cover-up frequently that gets people in trouble. It's not the original misdeed. This was very badly mishandled by Hillary all the way through. I think that if from day one she had come out and said, yeah, this was a close call, we probably shouldn't have done it, there are reasons we did, but on balance this was dumb and we're going to cooperate as much as we possibly can with the investigators, I think this would have gone away, and it hasn't, and it plays to the mistrust around Hillary Clinton and around Clinton Inc. But I think another interesting thing is that, of course, the Attorney General had said in advance that she was going to take whatever recommendation came from the FBI. So clearly she was expecting a recommendation one way or the other, and she got one. I think it will be an interesting question, particularly, again, we know about Bill Clinton's meeting with the AG. Sure. There's all sorts of issues about whether or not this is politicized, who knew, when did they know, how much influence were the Clintons and were President Obama actually having on the way that the Attorney General reacted to all this. There's going to be immense amount of he said, she said around this, and I don't think it goes away, but I also don't think that, short of an indictment, which we're clearly not getting, I don't see this as a game changer for Hillary's campaign.
Last quick question, Ian, is this a kind of political risk that introduces additional market risk?
It would have if there was an indictment. I think there's no question that, Donald Trump has significant demographic challenges state by state to overcome if he's going to become the next president of the U.S. That would be considered a significant market risk. And externalities like, God forbid, a big terrorist act, Hillary Clinton with a health issue, or an indictment in this case, those are precisely the sort of things that would have led to a big political risk in the markets. We've avoided this one, in my view.
All right, gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Chris Swecker and Ian Bremmer. And we should note the former New York mayor rooting into the